Hello everyone and welcome. You guys know that I love new tools. You can never have too many tools, that's my motto. So the other day when one of my viewers asked me to review this set of wrenches from Suzume, I gladly agreed. This gave me the perfect excuse to get myself another set of wrenches. So today we're going to be looking at another user requested review of this set of SAE and metric ratcheting wrenches. I haven't used them yet, but they actually look pretty nice. They also bring you more wrenches than what Harbor Freight offers in their sets and at a better price. So if you've been looking for a good set of ratcheting wrenches but didn't know which one to get, stick around as I unbox and test these guys. Alright guys, so when you unbox these guys, this is everything you get. Now there really is no unboxing with these guys except just pulling them out of the Amazon box, which I did before I started the video. I know you want me to pull them out of these racks and we'll take a closer look at them. Don't worry, we will certainly do that in just a moment. But let me tell you a little bit about these guys. But before we get started testing these guys, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you save more money. Alright then, so this is the 24-piece flex head wrenches from Suzume, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this set, both of them together, retail for $97.88. And they also have an 8% discount coupon on the Amazon page, making it even cheaper than that. So what's included when you get these guys? Well, you get 12 SAE wrenches, and you get 12 metric wrenches, plus the cases that they come in. The dimensions on these guys, when you have them packed up in these storage racks like this, you're looking at about 10 inches by 8 inches by about 1 inch in thickness. Now the warranty on these guys is not clearly spelled out on the Amazon page. Since I'm doing a review for you guys and I know you guys are curious about this, I contacted the seller directly before I ordered these guys, and what they responded was that the warranty on these guys is basically whatever breaks, they'll replace it for you. They said these tools are not disposable. If anything breaks, let them know. They'll replace it for you. No questions asked. So there you go. That's the warranty. The weight on these guys, each one of these weighs about 3 pounds. Now this is a 24-piece set of flex head wrenches, including both SAE and metric, and I should point out that if you only want to buy SAE or metric by itself, you can buy one of these sets by itself. You don't need to buy both. If you buy one by itself, it'll be cheaper. It's all spelled out on the Amazon page, so you don't need to get both. But I got both since I'm doing a review for you guys. Now these wrenches have a 72 tooth count and a 5-degree arc for working in tight places, and they also have a 180-degree rotation of the flex head, which I'll show you in just a moment. A very convenient feature of these wrenches is that you have no size skipping. For the metric, you have from 8mm all the way to 19mm, and for the SAE, you have from 1/4 all the way to 7/8 with no skipping in between. These wrenches are made from chrome vanadium steel with a black nickel finish for durability and appearance. These wrenches also bring a convenient carrying case to make it easier for you to store them or carry them with you anywhere you need to go. Now I know a lot of my viewers like to shop at Harbor Freight, so you're probably wondering, how do these wrenches compare to Harbor Freight wrenches? Well, Harbor Freight does not have any Pittsburgh or Quinn flex head 12-piece wrench sets for a direct comparison. So the only set that Harbor Freight has comparable to these wrenches are the Icon wrenches, and those are much more expensive than these guys. Harbor Freight has an Icon 12-piece metric flex head wrench set for about $200, and they also sell an 8-piece SAE wrench set for about $150. Now the SAE set is smaller and has sizes missing, but that's about as close as I could come to these sets here. So basically you have to spend around $300 or more to have a comparable set when you shop at Harbor Freight. The Pittsburgh or the Quinn were either much smaller sets having only like 5 pieces, or were fixed head wrenches, not flex head, which is what we have here. So these sets from Suzume give you a very affordable option and more sizes when compared to the Harbor Freight Icon wrenches. So let's take a little closer look at these guys and we'll do some testing and see how they perform. All right, guys, so let's take a little closer look at these wrenches and see what you actually get if you decide to get these guys. So basically, they come in a convenient little case, which is very convenient. Basically, you open it up, pull out the wrenches, and so forth. And it does come with a carrying handle, and you have some screw mount holes on the back if you want to hang it up on the wall. So very convenient and a nice, tough, durable plastic. So it should last you quite a while. If you want to put it in the drawer or toolbox or something, fine, take them out of here and do as you like. But they do come with a nice little storage container where if you don't have a big tool chest or something, hang it up on the wall, carry it around, whatever you want to do. So let's take a little closer look at these guys. And here I'll pull out, since I have a Pittsburgh comparison. I don't have an icon, but I do have a Pittsburgh comparison. We can look and see what these guys look like. And there you have them side by side. You know, pretty much they are about the same dimension. And I did weigh each one of these guys, and they do weigh pretty much the same. So if you're thinking for some reason that's a cheaper type of metal, crappier, etc., they weigh about the same. This one actually weighs 0.41 pounds, and this one weighs 0.43 pounds. So it's a minuscule difference between the two. And I think it's probably due to the extra metal up here, because this is a flex head and this is a fixed head. So you're going to get a slight difference as far as that goes. But as far as the thickness of the metal, here, I'll put them right next to each other. You can see pretty much about the same as far as these two guys go. Like I said, you're going to have extra metal here because it's a flex head. This is a fixed. I don't have any flex heads in the Pittsburgh line, but you can see what these guys are. As far as the thickness goes, pretty much the same. The angles are pretty much the same, almost identical wrenches as far as these two guys go. You can see right there, there is your Pittsburgh. I'm trying to get rid of the glare, but you can see right there, it is pretty much an identical wrench. So they should be durable enough, and you see they're both 17 millimeters, so it's an apples to apples comparison. Now, as far as these guys goes, like I said, it has 180 degree as far as the rotation on the flex head. And one thing I will say is that the flex head, if you can tell, is pretty stiff. It's not floppy. I know I have some of these other ones from a different vendor, and they're floppy. You go like this, like I'm doing here, and it'll flop back and forth like crazy. I've tried to tighten it, and it doesn't do any good. So I like these that are stiff, so you can put it in a position, work it into an area, and do what you got to do, and they're not flopping around. You see, they just don't budge. And the nut right there is easily accessible. If you need to tighten that at some point, you can tighten that up, and you should have no trouble at all. So that's pretty good there. Nice steel construction on there. Good durable design. That's the back of the nut there. And these guys right there has a nice gold finish on the inside. Very attractive. I don't know what kind of metal that is that they put a kind of a gold coating to it, but it looks pretty good. And let me let you hear it. Let me see, I'll put it next to my microphone. I don't know if you could hear that very well there or not, but it basically has a nice little click to it, and the clicks are really close to each other. That's why it's a 72 tooth. It's nice and close to each other. So very good as far as that goes. And then you have the, open end right there and the box end over here. So there you go. That's the Suzume logo on there. 17, nicely engraved on there. So they should be easy to spot. Chrome vanadium, there you go. And it is in the, engraved on both sides. So you have no trouble picking it out no matter which way you put it down. So good little flex head on the closed end here, the box end, and your open end. So let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some screws and nuts and stuff like that, and we'll test these guys out and see how they perform. And even if you take off this case, they really do not fall out. As you can see, I have it open right now. And, well, the top one does because that's the heaviest one of all. That guy right there is pretty heavy. But if you're not messing around with it, just turn it over, they'd all fall out. But obviously the 19 millimeter is going to be the biggest one of all. But actually on the SAE, that one's even longer. If you look here on the SAE, the 7/8 is even longer than the 19. So that shows you right there how big that guy is. This is the biggest one of all. And that guy is pretty darn big. So that gives you some idea what the biggest one is. So, but that's SAE. If you only want metric, you're going to get up to this guy right here, up to 19 millimeter. So let's do some testing and see how these guys perform. Alright guys, so I've selected a few different bolts. Let's try some lags first, and then we'll go on to some regular bolts that you can use for automotive or any of that kind of stuff. We'll try a few of these things, see how these wrenches perform. So let's try these two lags, one big, one small, and we're going to sink them into this block of wood right here and see how they perform. Because you can use these wrenches for anything, construction, automotive, just about anything, assembly, etc. So we're going to start off, this is a 14 millimeter, and then we're going to go to something bigger on an SAE. So let's try this guy right here and start off putting this guy in there. That way it'll stay for me. And let's see, let me do it this way so you can see better. Now it's starting to get a little bit heavier in there. Now I'm starting to have to work it. Let's see, get my hand out of the way so you can see better. That's getting tough in there. I'm having to use my body weight to drive this guy in. So that's really driving that guy in there. There you go. All the way down to the bottom, and this guy held up just fine. And these guys actually have a pretty good fit. Let me show you on this one. Get this guy in there and show you. It's a pretty good fit as far as all this stuff goes. It gets a really good grip on the head there. So very nice. Let's try this other one. Let me see. Where do I put it? Let's put it back here. And put this guy in there. Get it started in there. Because there's no pre-drilling. I'm not drilling any of these holes. I'm going straight into the chunk of wood here. So it is working its way in there. And on something difficult like this, it would probably be smarter to use a socket, but I'm not reviewing a socket right now. I'm reviewing these guys. So you guys want to see, how do they hold up? So that's what we're doing right now. We're stretching it out as far as we can and seeing how they hold up. Now, if you're tightening an automotive bolt or something like that, you're definitely going to be screwing this in really good and tight. And this bolt is actually pretty hot. I'm touching it with my hand. It's pretty hot. These guys are really building a lot of heat in there. And there you go. I can't really even go any further than that. That is... wow. That is really hard in there. This one is holding me back, so I really can't even push this guy further. Let's take this guy out. And if you wanted to do this at an angle, you could do it like that. But that's too difficult. I don't have any leverage. There we go. So if you wanted to do it there, let's see, get you up there. This way, there you go. Now you can do it that way, because I'm almost out. But on this hunk of wood like this, you need all the leverage you can get. There we go. Whew, that guy is hot. Now this guy, can we go? There we go. My vise is moving. That's how hard that guy is in there. So there you go. The 14mm did fine without actually breaking 2 big lugs into this chunk of wood. Let's try an SAE. Alright guys, so you want to see how the SAE performs. It should be identical. It's the same metal, same everything, just a different size to it. Well, here I have a big bolt that I stuck in here. It's secured down on the vise right here. Let's put a big washer under there. Put another washer under there. We'll put an oversized nut on here, so that goes all the way down into there. And then I'll put another washer and put this bolt that actually does screw onto there. And we'll tighten this guy up and see what it can do. So if this was like an automotive thing that you were assembling some bolts or something like that, this will give you some idea. Let's torque this guy down and see what it can do. And there you go. If you wanted to do this at an angle like that, now we're starting to get some tightness on there. There we go. Now even the vise wants to move. You can see the nut moving down there. And I'm putting my entire body weight, I'm pulling on this thing. I am really leaning into it. And it's torquing down little by little. Wow, there you go. So that is pretty much, I've actually deformed the washer. If you can see it right there, the washer has become deformed. That's how much I tightened it. Now let's get this guy undone. There you go. So there we go. We undid that guy there. And actually, I think I even messed up the threads on it because I pushed it down so far. So there you go. That's giving me, there we go. Now we're loose. So pretty much, the washer got deformed and the threads got messed up, but the wrench held up just fine. So there you go. An SAE, this is 11/16, and it held up just fine without any trouble at all. So there you go. Alright guys, there you have it, a review and demonstration of a set of ratcheting wrenches, both SAE and metric, at a much better price than what Harbor Freight has to offer. I think these wrenches are a really good buy for the money. 24 wrenches, 12 SAE and 12 metric, which Harbor Freight only offers similar sets in their most expensive Icon lines. None of their other more affordable line of wrenches even came close. So for an affordable Icon alternative at 1/3 the price, I think this is a really good buy. For the DIYer like myself, I think they'll do the job just fine. For a professional mechanic, I cannot say because I don't abuse my tools the way a mechanic would do. But most mechanics probably buy Mac or Snap-on tools, so there's no comparison. Check out the links below for all the information. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.